Hey world, and especially hey LeBron, this is Matt, the WhackyWookiee, and I'd just like to say welcome home to Mr. James. It's nice to have you back in a Cleveland uniform. But my first major personal gripe with your return is that I need to come up with a new favorite joke. I don't know if you want to hear my old favorite joke? Well, it was after you left, and if I ever needed to mention your name, I would, stammer a bit, and I would say, "Oh, what's the name of that basketball player's name? I gotta backtrack." Let's see. Every morning, I wake up, I drink my coffee, and I take a big LeBron, and then it would usually get a decent response. I only used it in a performance one time, but it got a laugh. But it's essentially a poop joke, but I would use it as in parties and things like that every now and then, or if somebody excused themselves to go to the restroom, I would say, "Hey, hold on, you're not going to go take a LeBron, are you?" And then we'd laugh. I hope you understand, it was all in fun, just poking a little, and I didn't exactly mean to equate you with feces. It's just that you sort of did take a shit on the Cavs and a shit on the city, so there's an obvious correlation in the humor, and apparently you didn't actually have to be from Cleveland or a Cavaliers fan to understand the humor. Actually, it got a pretty good response in general. But once again, LeBron, welcome back, and all is forgiven. Well, all is mostly forgiven. I mean, in time. Well, anyway, I had a feeling you were coming back, and I told people this. I've been telling people this for years. I did notice within about a year or so after you left the first time that your PR value took a hit. You were doing less commercials. I mean, you were essentially a movie star when you were in Cleveland the first time, and you were hosting Saturday Night Live. People were saying you were the next Michael Jordan. Then you left, and you just became more like the next Dennis Rodman, or just your average run-of-the-mill NBA player. Well, like Dennis Rodman without the cross-dressing. Never mind. Nah, I'm just playing, I'm a comedian, anything for a laugh. As long as you're back, just win us some championships, and all will be forgiven. Well, mostly, as I said before, some say that when you were here the last time, and the last time you had 2 opportunities, I think it was, to win championships in the finals, that you may not have played your hardest because you knew that you were on your way out of the town, and most people would expect you to stay and defend your championship. So maybe there was some 8 men out style shenanigans. That's just some of the rumors. That's what people are saying. It can't be the first time you've heard it. No, I know there was some actual shenanigans going on, and you conspiring to meet up in Miami and reunite the Olympic Dream Team and win 8 straight championships or whatever it was, and that didn't work out, and now you're back in Cleveland, and hopefully, you finish out your career here, and people do hail you as the next Michael Jordan, and you go into the Hall of Fame wearing a Cavaliers uniform. And there is one other thing. It'd be nice if you were to stop taking a shit on our other teams as well, because personally, I knew you were leaving the first time when you showed up at the Cleveland Indians playoff game against the Yankees. I think it was the divisional series in 2007, and you showed up at Jacobs Field in a Yankees hat, and even allowed the TV cameras to come and interview you in a Yankees hat, sitting in the stands at the Cleveland Indians game when you were from Akron, which is, the little Cleveland to the south. I pretty much always thought of Akron as just being the next town, more or less, they're neighbors. But There's never been any sort of animosity towards anyone from Akron, from where I'm from. Some of my best friends are from Akron, I swear. And there was also the story that you showed up at the Browns game when they were playing the Cowboys, and you were on the sidelines chumming it up with the Cowboys, and that sort of thing isn't cool. If you were to do that in another city, you go to a Cowboys game when they're playing the Chiefs and you chum around with the Cowboys on the sideline, who cares? But you don't come to the Browns game and pal it up with the visiting team. You don't come to the Indians game and root for the Yankees. You don't root for the Yankees. Okay? Rooting for the Yankees is like making friends with the bullies so you can pound on fourth graders. Okay? It's just, you don't root for the Yankees if you're not from New York. Okay? Okay, if you're from, like, Iowa, nowhere, who doesn't have a baseball team, you could root for the Yankees, fine. You just, if you want to sit in the skybox and wear a suit, pump your fist whenever the Yankees get a hit or the Cowboys score a touchdown, that's fine. Who cares? But just don't rub it in everyone's face. Growing up around Cleveland, there's a lot of people who think that it's okay to root for another team even though you're from Cleveland, because Cleveland teams don't win so much, so you root for a team that does win. It's like, well, I'm a Yankees fan. Why? Because they've won a third of baseball this past century? They do well. And who do you like in football? Like, the Cowboys, because they've won 4 or 5 Super Bowls, whatever it was. 4 or a half dozen, who cares? I don't know. Well, let me look it up for the completionists out there. Yes, it's a buttload. If it's not the Indians, Browns, or Cavs, I just don't care. Well, there's one last thing I'd like to touch on before I go. There were a lot of stories that came out while you were gone of you basically acting like a spoiled D-bag when you were here. If you could not shut down the city or shut down the fans while you're here, your hero Michael Jordan usually handled himself with a lot of class and a lot of tact, and I think if you used him as an example in more than just your play style, it would benefit you, it would benefit your image in the long run. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to share it around. Hopefully it'll get to its intended audience, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe down there on that little YouTube toolbar down there. Don't forget, if you're not logged in, just log in. I know it's a pain in the butt to log in. Log in, then subscribe. I promise not to deluge your inbox with too many videos, so don't forget to come back and check them out. And go Cavaliers. And go Tribe. Go Browns. Go flush the toilet. It's nasty. You left a Modelo in there.